beautiful women, they've seen it all. They've heard every pickup line.
Yes.
They don't trust nobody. Freaking Brad Pitt can show up to them in the club, be like, hey, how you doing? They're like, "Ew, get out of here, I have a boyfriend." Brad Pitt, don't care. But if someone introduces you to that woman, hey, you should meet my friend. Hey, you should talk to this person. You're automatically being catapulted to a different atmosphere, stratosphere, than any other men could possibly be on.
Social media has made it so men can give their attention to women more efficiently.
Oh yeah.
You see how it's made it worse? So like the phenomenon we're talking about has always existed. It just now it exists at hyper exponential levels where a woman who's mid can face up herself and the next thing you know she gets 2 million likes on a post that doesn't look anything like her. A girl needs to earn the date. She needs to earn it. She needs to show compliance. She needs to show cooperation. She needs to show some level of interest before I'm just gonna give her a date. Because when I go up to a girl and I show interest off the rip, what I'm saying is all my interest is worth is your physical attractiveness. No, bro, you gotta do something to deserve it before I do that.
One of the things I've learned since kind of doing this content is that how delusional some women are, right? I never paint with broad strokes. All women are this, all men are this, all this, oh no. But a lot of women, because of social media apps and dating apps and feminism, they're a little delusional of who they are. So I feel like some men, you gotta kind of have to give them permission to also be a little bit delusional.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that says, why do I deserve a hot girl? Why do I deserve something like this? You're almost psyching yourself out. You have to develop that charisma, that confidence, that character to say, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I figure it out?
What's going on, guys? We're here at Bodega here in Miami Beach. I'm with the legend Adam Sosnick here. He's a local. He lives right by here, and we had some stuff I wanted to talk about. Adam, let's walk here. Let's tell me. Where should go? We'll go this way. All right.
Oh, there's a cops coming, baby.
Okay, cops are coming
Anyway,
because Antonio Brown shot at somebody
he's
else.
over here. Listen, let's.
You see Antonio Brown getting that thing last night?
Last night, you never know with Antonio. My buddy's his lawyer, so
that's incredible.
He's got his work cut out for him. But let's be careful with the legend thing, because I'm walking with a legend right now. There's a lot of legends out here.
All right, so the reason why I wanted Adam here is because we have a lot of clients that I talk to frequently who are like wealthy, successful. Adam, you know, he's good looking, well known around the city. And one of the questions I get all the time is like, how do you deal with women trying to take advantage? How do you create a funnel and not a crutch? Use money for a funnel and not a crutch. And so talking to Adam, we have these conversations all the time. I talk to him about how he meets the girls that he ends up dating, etc. And I'm curious, what is it that you do here in Miami? Because this can be a transactional city. You as a successful guy, what are you able to do to make sure you siphon out the bad ones?
Okay, so I get a lot of questions, especially like on the app that PBD developed at Valuetainment called Connect. And guys say like, how do I meet women? How do I meet women? How do I meet great women? How do I meet amazing women? And I'm new to Miami, I'm new to the city, what do I do? And I always give them the same advice. Like before you start meeting women, like meet some dudes. Now what do I mean by that? You gotta have friends, buddy. You gotta have a circle, you gotta have people you hang out with. Oops. You okay? Yeah. All right. Check out Men of Action,
There you
baby.
go.
So it's not about meeting women, because if a woman meets you and you come into her life and you have no friends, let's say you're in Miami and you're new here. Hey. Oh, thank you, love you. All right, we just found a fan.
There we go, new PBD fan.
There it is. So I always say, listen, before you can have a wonderful circle of women or any women in your life, make sure you have some homies in your world.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing whacker than a dude with no friends.
Yes.
So I'm lucky, I'm born and raised here in Miami, like all my best friends are here. So it's like, I'm not a transplant, we're gonna go this way. So I have that ingrained in my system. So whether you're in Miami, whether you're in Memphis, whether you're in Massachusetts, whether you're in Michigan, or whether you're with Men of Action, you gotta be around men who are in action. I mean you kind of took the name. So with that, you have a framework that wherever you go, you're gonna have things going on. Because it's not all on you. It's there's no I in team. You know what did Kobe say? Well, there's a me, baby. But wherever you go, like tonight, it's a Saturday night in Miami. I'm going with Michael Sartain to his event, Babes in Toyland, because he's a dude that has access and a network, so I'm tapping into that. So step one is make sure you have a crew and homies you can hang out with. Beyond that, How do you meet women is the question, right? In business, in sales, with women, there's one R word that is undeniable, and that is referrals.
Referrals. So other women, like them seeing you with other women, or other women talking about you.
Other men, other people that are like, I vouch for this person. Because women, especially women, beautiful women, they've seen it all. Mm-hmm. They've heard every pickup line.
Yes.
They don't trust nobody. Freaking Brad Pitt can show up to them in the club, be like, hey, how you doing? They're like, yeah, get out of here, I have a boyfriend. It's like, I'm Brad Pitt, don't care. But if someone introduces you to that woman, hey, you should meet my friend. Hey, you should talk to this person. You're automatically being catapulted to a different atmosphere, stratosphere, than any other men could possibly be on. But that's the same thing the way it works in business.
Yeah.
Like the foundation of my business, I'm in the financial services world. All I do is operate on referrals.
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to get referrals when you're just starting out, but when you work your way up, all of a sudden, people are going to be calling you, and you're going to have too many referrals.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing. I mean, what's your concept of the referral network?
Okay, so guys, write it in the chat if you know what the word is. If you have a bunch of women who are referring you, you have a bunch of women who give you access, who allow you to you meet other women through them. Whenever women see you with other women, what's that called? What do we call that? You know what we call it? Remember? Write it in the chat if you guys know what it's called.
Oh, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. The word, so the actual psychological term is mate choice copying in humans, but we say the term pre-selection.
Pre-selection. I learned that from Michael Sartain.
Yes. So pre-selection. So what you're saying is you having a social circle, which leads to pre-selection, is it easier for you to tell which girls are probably more quality for you?
100%. So another thing that we'll probably agree on, the whole conversation, can men and women be friends? I would answer yes. A couple different ways to basically allocate that. Now, first and foremost, the way to be friends with a woman, especially if she's attractive, you're attracted, whatever, boom, you're friend zoning her automatically. Because if you don't see a future with that girl, like, once you have like such abundance, you're like, I need to get some. It's like, all right, do I see a future with this girl? Do I want to date this girl? Is she hot? Would I maybe hook up with? Sure. But is this someone I actually want to be with? No. All right, boom, you just got friends zoned. So once you have a circle of friends, women who are friends of yours, all of a sudden they're gonna vouch for you. So like, who do I always hang out with? Who's like my closest homegirl that you've met a million times?
Natalia, yeah.
Natalia and her sister. Like, that is my homie. She's seen me out with so many different women, and she says, Adam's the best. Oh my God, we always go out, have the best time ever. So sacrifice, maybe not trying to sleep with or get with one girl, two girls, three girls that are your friends. And you know what happens? Friends beget friends. All right, they're gonna bring their girlfriends out. All of a sudden, I walk into a bar, I'm with two dudes. All right, who gives a shit? I'm with two women. People are like, who's this guy? What's going on? Is he dating them? I don't know. And all of a sudden, they're gonna ask questions. No, they're my friend. What are you talking about like that?
So do you go up and just show a bunch of interest in the beginning? Do you hit on them when you first see them?
When I see a woman?
Yeah.
Unless I'm like...
You go direct is what I'm asking. You go direct with them?
0%.
Okay.
Now, some people will hear right here. Some people say, of course, be direct. Women like a guy who's direct. Okay, guy. Okay. Show me the hottest woman. She's been hit on how many times that day? Okay, so let's say it's 10 times a day, 365 days a year. You get 3,650 times they've been hit on. You don't think that they see this coming a mile away? You don't think, like, you think your cool, funny line, you know? Are your feet hurting because you've been running through my mind all day? You don't think they've heard these lines before? So you have to come from a completely different angle, right? How hard did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Oh my God. Come on, guy. So you have to be completely the opposite guy. You know the whole concept about the, I think it's the 13th man. You ever heard that?
No.
So there's 13 guys in a bar. This woman walks in, and gorgeous woman, and naturally, every single guy goes up and shoots his shot. Ball in. Hey, how you doing? You're so beautiful. Can I buy you a drink? No, I'm good. Hey, what are you doing around here? Can I show you around town? No, I'm good. Every single guy to a man, boom, 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 they shoot their shot.
Yeah.
The 13th guy gets up. She sees it coming a mile away. He's the last guy. He walks by her, kind of like almost looks at her, but not really, walks right out the door and just keeps it moving. And all of a sudden, the woman goes, hold on, why did that one guy not do what those other 12 guys did? And you know what she does? She gets up, walks out the bar, and she goes, hey, where are you going? He's like, what do you mean? I'm busy. I got to go somewhere. She's like, well, why didn't you come say hi? She's like, come say hi. Who are you? So what's the point? If you do the same thing that the other 12 guys are doing, expect the exact same results.
Okay.
If you're the 13th guy and you do something completely different, now you get a chance.
Okay, I want you to think about this, guys, right? So we talk about this all the time. Does it work when you go direct? When you do direct game, day game, when you sit there and try to show interest on social media, or if you do dating apps? By the way, dating apps telegraphs interest, if you didn't realize that. So does that work? And so a guy who's a good looking dude who's famous around town, multimillionaire, he's telling you he doesn't go direct, then what the f are you doing? This is the point I've been trying to make forever, guys. It's like, I just don't understand how I can't even express it to you. It's like the guys who, when you don't have these advantages, you don't go direct because it gives you an opportunity to generate attraction. But the guys who even do have the advantages, they're still also using the same techniques to generate attraction. Then what are you doing? Like, why are you still listening to like PUAs tell you to go up to girls and then compliment their shoes or whatever the fuck it is that they're doing? You're telegraphing too much interest. And those of you guys who are like going out there and you're trying to be cute with your breaks and rapport, or what you guys call negs, the problem is that when you do that, you're also telegraphing interest because it's not genuine. You don't come off as genuine. How is it that you be able to come off as genuine? Like you said, he has a ton of female friends. If a hot girl came up and talked to us, we're not gonna freak out because we're around hot girls all the time. Yeah. That's essentially what happens, all right? So here's the other thing. So you don't go up direct, you don't hit on them. What is some ways that you've seen guys in Miami use money as a crutch, not a funnel, as a crutch, okay, and they get put into a situation with a girl who's either trying to sugar them or a girl who's...
We couldn't be at a better crossroads here.
Yes.
We're in Lincoln Road in Miami. Right here, let's walk this way.
Okay.
Okay, is this where we are? Yeah. It's exactly where. So we're walking in front of a bar, club, private venue called Mila.
Okay.
So right now it's what, 4 in the afternoon, so like there's nothing going on right now, but tonight, you'll see at this place right here. Here it is, Mila. This is like the richest of the richest. I come from Dubai, I come from Abu Dhabi, I come from Barcelona. They come here and they go to Mila.
Okay.
Right, now, you'll see tonight, you work at Mila? You work Mila? Okay. You're gonna see Bugattis, you're gonna see Rolls Royces, they're all gonna be out here.
Yeah.
They're all gonna just be out here like this. Now, a lot of these guys lead, come check out my car, come check out my Bugatti. Like, okay, the hottest girl here, you don't think there's 20 cars here? Yeah. So now you're the rich guy leading with the same thing that the other rich guys are leading with? So women, they've seen it all. The hottest women, so I'm not talking about a 21-year-old who just moved from Kansas to Miami that's like, oh my God, a palm tree. A beautiful, gorgeous 27-year-old woman, she's been hit on by the most famous, richest, most successful, most notorious people in the world. So you're just gonna lead with, check out my Bugatti, check out my car, shout out to Andrew Tate. Yeah. It doesn't work. But then, and you'll know this, if that's what you lead with, then that's what she's gonna assign you as.
Correct.
Oh, this rich guy.
Yes.
This way.
If you start by taking steroids, you always got to take steroids, and if you lead with money, you always got to lead with money.
Where did we just have lunch?
We just had lunch at your place, Bodega.
Bodega. So what I do, I never say, hey, how you doing, baby? I own one of the coolest bars in Miami. Like, come grab a drink with me. I'll just be like, hey, what are you ladies up to? Me and my friends, we're gonna go grab a drink, whatever. You want to come with us? Yeah, it's a couple blocks away. No, like normal civilization, civilized talk. Okay, cool. Now when we get there, maybe there's a huge line, right? The door guy sees me, hey Adam, right this way. All right, all of a sudden we skip the line. How'd that happen? I don't say anything. All of a sudden we go to the bar, there's a huge line at the bar. Boom, all of a sudden, drink. How did this guy get drinks before everybody? And next thing you know, they're just like curious, who is this guy? Right. I don't say shit. And then maybe I'll take them to like the VIP section, whatever it is. And now they're like, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is my bar. They're like, well, why didn't you say that? I'm like, why would I tell you that?
Because they're not used to that, especially in Miami.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, whether it's a friend, whether it's a business associate, whether it's a girl, and I mean this sincerely, you want people to like you for you. If they're like, oh, this guy's cool, this guy's fun, this guy's not boring, this guy's got good jokes, this guy's humorous, this guy's insightful, this guy's a romantic, whatever it is, whatever your thing is, if they like you for you, and then they find out you have all these extra qualities.
Yes.
Being wealthy, being connected, being rich, it's like icing on the cake.
Yes.
They have to like the cake first before you say, oh, by the way, the cherry on top. If you lead with the cherry on top, the whole cake crumbles.
Right, so one of the functions of social proof is they need to discover your social proof. You can't beat them over the head with it. So come out and look at my Bugatti. Could that give you some social proof? Yeah, that's a very expensive car. You probably did some extraordinary things to get it, or were born into money. But the idea of you showing her the car and leading with it, what it tells her is a couple things. Number one, it puts you in the frame of guys who need to use money as a crutch because they're not good with women.
Yeah.
That's number one. And then number two, it lets her know that your interest in her is so cheap. Does that make sense? Like, if that's what you're leading with your best foot forward is your car, and she did nothing to earn it except look attractive, you're showing that you're cheap. For me, this is one of the main things I've said before, a girl needs to earn the date.
Yeah.
She needs to earn it. She needs to show compliance. She needs to show cooperation. She needs to show some level of interest before I'm just gonna give her a date. Because when I go up to a girl and I show interest off the rip, what I'm saying is all my interest is worth is your physical attractiveness. No, bro, you gotta do something to deserve it before I do that.
Yeah, fully agree. Listen, I'm gonna out myself here. You know what kind of car I drive? I don't have a car. I haven't had a car in like 15 years.
Yeah, Brandon Carter told me the same thing. You didn't have a car.
I don't even have a car. So I live in Miami. Like, why am I gonna drive?
Yeah.
Like, I'm here. I operate within this circumference. So and I'm not saying that I'm out here dating every single girl. Like, at this point, I'm solving for quality, not quantity. I've done the quantity game, and that has its pros and cons.
What are some things that you've seen that work for quality here in Miami? Quality.
That solve for, well, look, let's just,
like model volleyball as opposed to like a nightclub?
Yeah, well, let's just reverse engineer what women are looking for. What do you think women want? They want a stable, good-looking, typically a taller, established, more refined, humorous gentleman. They always want like this laundry list of things, and sometimes they're sort of like counterintuitive. They want you to be nice to grandma, but they also want you to be like rough them up in bed a little bit. They want you to have jokes, but they'd also want to be able to take you seriously. You know, they want you to be nice, but not too nice. Like, there's this such counterbalance of what they want. They don't even know what they want half the time. But if you kind of reverse engineer what they're looking for, you know, I think Tate taught me this. He goes, the number one thing you can't be is boring.
Yes.
If you bore a girl,
yeah,
and if you tell them about your business, girls don't care about your business. They don't care that you're a CPA. They don't care that you're an engineer. Can we have fun together? You know my whole circle of life in 60 seconds?
Yeah.
I said, guys want girls. All right. Taylor's oldest time, Romeo and Juliet, we get it. Girls just want to have fun. The song comes on in the club, girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls can't, it's in their DNA, they can't even help themselves. Here's this lady. Hey, do you like to have fun? She don't even speak English. How am I gonna knock to a girl who doesn't speak English? Girls just want to have fun. Number 3, fun costs money. So at some point you have to start making some money.
Sure.
Or invest that money. 4, this is why you need to start making some money, because guys want girls. So that's the circle of life. So you ask the question, what do girls want, or what do you say to a girl that would pique their interest?
Yeah.
Can you make them laugh? Can you make them smile? Can you make them joke? Girls are emotional creatures. If you can make a girl cry, hopefully not, or laugh, all of a sudden you trigger these emotions that any human feels. Now, most guys can't make a girl laugh. I'm definitely not encouraging you to make a girl cry, that's for sure. But if you do make a girl cry, believe me, you'll be memorable. But that's a whole nother conversation. But can you make a girl laugh? By the way, same thing that works with friends. How many guys do you like with you're like, this guy's just boring as hell?
It's boring, yeah. And sometimes they're great business people, but they're just boring.
Boring. So you want to keep going to Ocean Drive or walk back this way?
We can walk back this way.
Okay.
Let's do it. So just, I guess the main point I wanted to make here is that when we talk about having money, because you were just talking about you do need to make money.
Of course.
One of the problems that happens is because I teach techniques that help guys who don't have money date really, really beautiful women, it makes you think in your mind that you don't need to have money. No, you might not need to have money to get beautiful women, but you need to have money in general for things like inflation, security, all this other kind of stuff. So what happens is a lot of guys who want something for nothing, they come to me and they're like, oh yeah, I'm broke, I want to stay broke, and then just teach me how to hook up with all these girls.
Nope.
And what we're saying is, you still need to be successful, but you need to know how to not, because if you lead with money, like the guy who's just out there showing his Bugatti off, he's going to get a disproportionately high number of sex workers. Right? Transactional.
Oh, geez. Yeah, exactly.
Using that strategy, you're going to get a disproportionately high number of sex workers by leading with money. So if you're a successful guy and you want to be with a tribe of other successful men who know how to never get juiced by women for money, who have women showing us incredible, genuine desire first, and then we can take care of, like you take care of a girl, if she shows you genuine desire, I've said this a million times, if a girl brings a child into your home and she brings peace into your home, that woman deserves everything. Buy her anything she wants. Yeah. But 99% of women have not earned that, and you as men, when you go show interest in women, liking their photos, telling them how hot they are when they've done nothing to earn it, you are showing that you are valueless. You saw that one girl, I don't know, I'll show you this video. Yeah. I basically said anyone who teaches that you should go up to a girl and tell her she's beautiful and then hit on her is a terrible dating coach and should never be allowed to give dating advice. And this woman, her response was, no, you should tell us that we're pretty because we deserve it. Go look in my tagged videos, you'll see her. She's like, no, we deserve to be told that we're beautiful. We deserve it. And I was like, it's exactly my point. I was like, no, you don't. You don't. No one deserves. I don't get told I'm beautiful every day. And here's the other thing. We don't get told. We don't get told. You don't get told you're rich. You either are or you aren't. We don't get told. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get told that you have 1 million subs on YouTube. You either do or you don't. So this idea that you deserve to get told, no, it's a fallacy. So you guys have to understand what I'm saying. It doesn't mean you can't show interest. It doesn't mean you can't go up to a stranger, a beautiful woman, and talk to her. What I'm saying is don't show intent. Make them earn your intent. And then also, don't lead with money. If you're a successful, good-looking guy, and you keep noticing that you end up hanging out with these women who are extremely vapid or sex workers, there's a way around it. And the way around it is to use money as a funnel and not a crutch. What are we doing tonight? Where are we going tonight?
We're going to Babes in Toyland, right?
But Babes in Toyland is a charity
event.
A charity for disabled veterans, bro. You understand? Disabled veterans. So like, what is that? I don't want to date sociopaths. People, like women who like take care of animals, they're less likely to be sociopaths and narcissists. So I work with animal rescues. What do? I'm using money to create a funnel. I'm not using money as a crutch. So if you don't know how to generate attraction, what happens is you take the girl to the nicest dinner you can on the first date, and then you buy her a necklace or you buy her roses or something like that.
Horrible move.
Horrible move. Again, understandably, guys who do it, guys who are successful with women telling you this is a horrible move. You know, say, again, Adam, good looking, successful dude who lives in South Beach, he's not using this strategy. Why are you? If it's not, if even he knows that it's easier and he has all these advantages, then you're a fool if you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been having this debate on and off for like 18 years about this whole situation. And what's happened is it's gotten even worse because what's gone on over the last, since social media's created, let's just say 2005 to now. Right. So let's say the last 20 years, what's happened is these bottom 80% of extremely lonely men, they're the ones who gave the $6 billion in revenue to OnlyFans last year.
Yep.
These extremely lonely men at the bottom, they're complimenting your girl so you don't even need to anymore.
They're ruining it for the rest
of you. They're ruining it because what's happened is these women are getting so many compliments that as soon as you go up and give them one, you're one of that bottom 80%.
You know what? So I saw something on the gram the other day, and it'll give you 3 different examples of a beautiful girl posts a picture and 3 different responses. The first response is from a guy that doesn't even know her.
Yes.
And he's like, oh my God, baby, you're so beautiful. When can I take you out? Oh my God, you're so hot. Right? No response. The second response is from a guy that's kind of like talking to her, but he's not really getting it. He's like, looking good, babe, whatever. The third is from the guy who's dating her, doesn't even like the picture. So just use that as like an inverse methodology.
Dude, a girl sent me that literal meme the other day. She's like, you know, you and I have been sleeping together for 6 months and you never liked a single one of my pictures, and
Yeah.
now I know why. And then you know what I did for her? It's like, you're right, it has been 6 months. I liked one picture.
Yeah.
And she was so happy I liked one picture because she earned it.
Yep.
Guys, I want you to think about your business. I want you to think, any of you guys who own a business, okay? Or if you work, or if you're a manager, you have a sales force, a sales team that you're managing. And your lowest revenue sales guy, the guy on the bottom rung, comes to you and he says, I want a raise. I deserve, internally, I went to Joe Dispenza boot camp, and internally I feel that my vibrational energy is higher and I deserve a raise from
Let's
you
make
now.
him a good-looking sales guy for that matter.
Yeah.
But just hasn't made any sales.
He just hasn't made any sales, but he
good-looking.
feels like he deserves a raise. What would you do? You tell this guy to go kick rocks. You wouldn't even you'd probably fire him for having the audacity to be your worst salesperson and to ask you for a raise, because he did not, wait for it, deserve it.
Yeah.
He didn't earn it. He didn't deserve it. So here you are, the same situation with women. These women come up and they are disrespectful to you in every possible way. They're trying to use you for money. They're like, I only want to date guys who do X, Y, and Z. And then you're giving them intent when they did nothing to earn it. Nothing.
You keep saying the word earn. It reminds me of a conversation I was having with Charlie Kirk, legend, by the way.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know some of my favorite words, 4-letter words in the English dictionary? So I'm thinking 4-letter word, what's Charlie about to say? He goes, work and earn.
Yeah.
It's undeniable when you put in the work and you earn respect, money, the woman, whatever it is, you've earned it. And that's the whole methodology here. I think what you're basically saying is you're validating these women. You're giving them gifts, money, affection, attention, everything, and they haven't earned anything.
Yeah.
And you think, and this is, listen, we've all been broke, skinny, not cool. We've all been there. You know, now we're in our 40s. It took us a little time to get here. We've all been that guy that treats these beautiful women. These women are beautiful.
Bro,
no doubt.
here's the other thing.
They treat them special.
When we're in college,
Yeah.
we're just trying to smash.
Yeah, exactly.
The girl's hot. It's like, we don't care what her political affiliations
Yes.
is. Do you remember 20 years ago, did we ask body count? Nobody, we didn't care,
I
bro.
know, that
we were in our
became the thing.
we were
The
in our
thing with
20s,
college,
bro.
though,
We
is
didn't care.
everybody's broke.
Yeah, everyone's broke. Yeah.
you
Okay.
doing?
So I have another question for you.
So,
Oh wait, go ahead. Go finish what you were saying.
Well, the whole thing is, you think that, how you doing, babe? You're doing this. Whether it's gifts, whether it's affection, whether it's attention. You know, what does Coach Greg Adams say? We all give him meat, money, energy, attention, time. We're all doing it. How many other guys are doing that, though? You
Exactly.
think you're the only one. There's a dozen other guys showering her with affection, showering her with attention. So you're thinking, oh my God, what's a line I'm gonna spit? What's the game? What am I gonna buy? Because there's 10 other guys doing the exact same thing.
And
You're
by the way,
doing the same shit
yes.
the other guy does.
And what's made it worse is that social media has made it so men can give their attention to women more efficiently.
Oh yeah.
You see how it's made it worse? So like the phenomenon we're talking about has always existed. It just now it exists at hyper exponential levels, where a woman who's mid can face app herself, and the next thing you know, she gets 2 million likes on a post that doesn't look anything like her. And now you're competing with what other people think she looks like. I know it's this weird mental game you have to play, but that's the world that you end up living in.
Be honest to you guys out there. It's happened to all of us, especially years ago. You see a girl online. Oh my God, wow. You know, maybe you're like, I don't know, okay, but this picture looks good. And then you're like, hey, let's get it. And then she shows up in person, and you're like, who are you?
What the is this?
How did that just happen?
Are you off
Okay.
season right now? What's
Like,
going on?
what is this? What year is this picture from? But any girl can just Facetune herself. She can make herself look taller, skinnier, better skin. You ever seen the video of a woman with horrible skin?
Yeah.
Horrible skin. And she puts like this mask on this face, this makeup, this blush, this contour, whatever the hell. And all of a sudden she walks out the house, she's a 10. It's like Medusa out here just turned into a 10? How did that happen? So, man, just be careful what you're seeing online, I guess is what I'm
All
saying.
right, another thing I have to ask you about. So, like, I'm almost 50. You're in your 40s.
44, yeah.
Yeah, you're 44.
You're 47?
Yeah, I'm 47.
Oh, you look good, boy.
So I don't feel 40. I certainly, when I date, I don't have women consider me like I'm 40.
No.
But you hear a lot about this
Honestly?
age appropriate. you need to date someone who's age appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you're in your 40s, and my question for you is, because you're in your 40s, have women in their early 20s stop hitting on you?
No. You know, I would say age. I remember this is like a weird metaphor here, but I remember being like 15 years old, and I was at Miami was hosting the Super Bowl. This was in the 90s, and Emmitt Smith was the best player in the world. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. And some girl gets on the microphone. Emmitt Smith is speaking, you know, a couple days before the Super Bowl. She's like, Emmitt, I wanna be your girl. Can I go out with you? And he goes, how old are you, girl? And she goes, don't worry about it. Age ain't nothing but a number. Now, for a man, you know, she's 16. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeffrey Epstein? But the joke is this. Guys don't give a shit. As long as you're 21 plus, I don't care if you're 22, 32, whatever. Like, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Women, this is hypergamy. I'm sure you've covered this a million different times.
Yeah.
They want to date up. They want a guy with more experience. They want a guy with more money who's been around the world. They wanted to teach them some things. Some of the best compliments I get from women is, oh my God, I'm learning so much from you. I want to learn. Oh my God, I love being around you. I get so much smarter. No dude is getting smarter from a chick. Yeah. For the most part, right? I'm not a chauvinist or misogynist, but you know, we, for the most part, are with women that we find attractive. Now that's inner beauty and outer beauty, no doubt. But listen, I'm not gonna be advocating for being the old creepy guy in the club. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you're 68, doesn't matter, date a 22-year-old. It happens, it's a little weird, but it happens. To be in your 40s and dating a girl in her 20s is so common around the world. Here in Miami, it's like a no-brainer.
So part of the reason why there's these misnomers about this idea is because most guys who are our age are fat. That's why. It's like, no, women don't want the typical 44-year-old.
Right.
Like, okay, I brought
How many
this up.
times do you meet a girl and she's like, you're how old?
You're how old? Exactly.
Oh my God.
So let me ask you a question. Do you remember Carol O'Connor in All in the Family?
All in the Family.
Remember All in the Family? You remember like 1971 was like the biggest show in the world.
Archie Bunker?
Archie Bunker.
His wife?
Yes, you remember Archie Bunker?
Of course I remember Archie Bunker.
All right.
Racist Archie Bunker?
Archie Bunker, when he started that show,
Yes.
was younger than I am now.
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
Archie Bunker was like an old grandpa.
Archie Bunker was 47. Carol O'Connor was
Stop
47
it.
years old when he played Archie
The
Bunker.
redhead lady?
Yeah.
Oh, Carol his
O'Connor.
wife was the
Yeah,
was the
Ethel,
redhead lady.
or Edith. I forgot what her name was.
Edith. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Edith Bunker.
So that's what
Archie Bunker.
that's what 47
Wow.
used to look like. Used to look like Archie Bunker, but 47 doesn't have to look
So
like that
his
now.
name was Carol.
Yeah, Carol O'Connor is the actor.
Got it.
So it's like
Wow.
you don't have to do that anymore. Like you don't have to
No.
be that dude. And the thing that I found is, so here's the question I really want to go after is, what do you think about the world judging you for not being with someone who's age appropriate?
Oh, you want the world to judge you. You want all the smoke.
That means you're doing well. When dudes are talking shit about you because your girl is
it's
so
the
hot,
best.
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, if you're worried about what the world thinks, that means it starts with your inner circle. You're gonna be worried about your mom and dad think. You're gonna be worried about your siblings think. You're gonna be worried about your best friends think. Once you don't give a fuck what they think, all of a sudden you're not gonna give a fuck about what the people around your friends and friends think. Oh my God, did you know that my sister's friend said she saw? I go, I don't even talk to my sister, much less my sister's friend about this kind of stuff. Who gives a shit? And then you start not caring about what internet trolls are saying.
Yes.
Or what people that don't know you are saying. And you know, if you could take any lesson from Jake Paul, right? And I, spent a little bit of time with Jake Paul. I wasn't a fan of Jake Paul, but that guy earned my respect. He earned my respect by winning, but by not giving a shit about what the haters were saying, because he was very unlikable for many years. Who's this guy? What's he talking about? Problem child. He's doing the whole. But when you win and you just silence the haters end up becoming your appreciators. And a lot of times, people are hating because they're insecure about something within themselves.
Yeah.
They're saying, why is this guy dating this younger girl? It's like, because he can't do it.
Okay, so now here's my next question. Do you know a bunch of like 45, 50-year-old dudes, 35-year-old dudes, where 22-year-old women are trying to sleep with them, and then these guys are turning those women down?
Well, yeah.
You do?
Meaning,
I don't ever see him. Like whenever I see
do you mean?
whenever I see the 50-year-old dude and 22-year-old women want to date him, he dates them.
I mean, I'm saying he's got such an abundance that he doesn't have to.
No. It's not that he has to. My point is, these people who are sitting there talking about age appropriate, please point me to the 45-year-old dude who's turning down the 22-year-olds.
No,
because they don't exist. That's my point. It's
meaning
like it's just nonsense.
He's gonna turn down that 22-year-old because he likes that 24-year-old.
Yeah, but my point is, the guy who's sitting there talking about age appropriate, he's the 44-year-old who can't get the 25-year-old.
That's true.
That's why he's saying it.
That's very true.
There's no any of these people, and especially these men, when they're older and they can still maintain some level of attractiveness, when they're older, they're going to come to the realization that, hey, if these women were coming after me, I'd feel the same way. You'll notice a lot of these dating coaches, especially like the blue pill dating coaches, a lot of these dating coaches who like really hate any of this manosphere content, you'll notice they're like really good looking guys, young, like male models, like sitting there trying to pander to women. You notice that? Why is that the case? Because their reality is different. We're sitting here talking about, I mainly am talking about men who are invisible. We're not invisible. Me and Adam are not invisible.
We're out here. We're outside.
We're out here, yeah. But the men who are invisible, like I'd say the bottom 60 to 80% of men that are invisible to women, they're the ones who we're talking to. And that's why we're giving some of the advice that we're giving, which is don't lead with money, don't allow a girl to get your intent without her doing something to earn it. So there's two things I want to go over, two studies. I'm curious what you think about it. First study is this. There's a study that goes over the way men and women contextualize unattractive people. So if a man and a woman sees an unattractive person, generally what they find is human beings dehumanize human. This is just in their mind. There's a survey done with like thousands of people. They dehumanize unattractive people. However, women dehumanize them more to the point that they completely don't even see them. Meaning, when men see unattractive people, their brain feels some level of like annoyance. When women see unattractive people, their brain doesn't even see them. They're invisible. So that's the first thing, the way that women are invisible. And the second study, and this one I thought was really interesting, is this.
Just to highlight that.
Yeah.
The first study, men are sort of disgusted by certain attributes of women or men, or just in general.
Let's let him go by so we don't get in trouble.
So they're sort of disgusted. Like if I, quite frankly, this might upset some people, if I see obese people, especially obese women, boys, men too, I'm like, what are you doing? This is your life, this decision you're making just to be
But you still see them.
Yeah, I see
That's the difference, though. This is my point. When you see someone who's unattractive, like if I see grandma on the side of the road who's not a viable sexual option because she's in her 70s, I'm still going to help her change her tire because I'm a man. I still see her.
Yeah, of course.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because why? Men, testosterone, protector, provider, provisioner. We protect the tribe from predation. We build fortifications to protect the tribe. That's including the elders. That's including our family members. So if someone's not attractive, we still see them.
You're saying women don't even see.
What I'm telling you is that
people?
if you want to have a real fun game, go out with a really pretty girl, go to Chick-fil-A, and then after you get your food, ask her to describe her the guy that gave her food. She'd be like, it was a guy? I don't know what you're talking about. There was a guy there?
They don't see the bus boys. They don't see the fast food workers. They don't see the cashier at Walmart. They're non-existent.
David Buss was at a restaurant one time. He's just talking to some girl, and she was like, are there any viable men you think around here? And she's like, no, there's literally no viable men around here. And then we're looking around and there's like hundreds of waiters, bussers, all these different people. But in her mind, they weren't viable. They didn't see them. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is like, for the way humans work, so women have a greater aversion to disgust than men do. So like, meaning women are more disgusted by gross smells. Women are more afraid of snakes, spiders, sharks, etc. Women just have more of a proclivity to be disgusted. And this has to do with like protecting the child in utero. This is also why women suffer from morning sickness. They're vomiting.
I'm taking notes out here, guys. I don't know about you.
They vomit more. In fact, women who suffer from morning sickness are far less likely to have spontaneous termination of the child. Okay, I'm not going to say the word because we're on YouTube, but what happens is for men, what happens for men is that we don't have that high level. We still see disgust, but it doesn't affect us as much. You remember, like think of the girl who screams when she sees a spider, so her boyfriend has to come get the spider. Yeah. We as men are not affected as much, and also because as men ancestrally we have to protect the tribe. We have to see everyone, whereas women, they don't have to see people they don't find attractive. And so that was the first study that I thought was amazing.
Imagine going through life and just not seeing half the people.
Hold on. How about going through life being the 5'3" Indian dude and having no one see you? How about that?
What does that guy do?
So that's what he does, the second one. The second study is done, you guys can look it up, Lucy Hill, 2015. Mac and Murphy just made a video about this, mind-blowing. Basically, a study that's proved every single, let's see the water. A study that's proved every single thing we've ever talked about in MOA. Basically, the study goes like this. They took 167 heterosexual couples, and then they asked them 3 questions. First question is, how long have you been dating? Number 2 is, how long have you known each other? And number 3 is, were you guys friends before you started dating, right? Those are the 3 questions. And what they found is, when people started dating, when the difference between dating and knowing each other was less than a month, what they found is that their level of attractiveness was equal. So they had about 200 people come in and rate the attractiveness of all the people in the survey, and they rated them from a +3 to a -3. And what they found is there was like a 75% correlation to physical attractiveness if they had met each other and started dating within a month. If you get to 4 or 5 months, that correlation dropped. And when you got to 9 months, the correlation was 0, meaning the guy who was a 5 could date the girl who was a 10. There was no correlation to attractiveness. What does that mean? 9 months, you know someone, they were friends. What the survey doesn't understand is these men put these women in the friend zone. These women were in his social circle for 9 months, and she got to see his attractive qualities, and over 9 months, it chips away, and the fact that he's not Chad actually doesn't hurt him as much because she gets to see all these other.
What hell of a guy! What a guy! Chad.
So the reason.
Well, can I give you the best example of that? Because I've seen it so many times in the work environment. Because oftentimes, and I won't give names, but let's say there's like a video editor. Not the most attractive guy, but he's artistic and he's got certain skills. Maybe he's humorous. That guy's never gonna go get a good-looking woman to pay attention to for the most part.
Yes.
But if he's around her day in, day out, week in, week out,
and he's not hitting on her, he's not getting put in the friend zone.
They're working together. Maybe he got, he maybe throws a couple little one-liners out there, zingers, but he's not being creepy.
Hey, what if
I've seen so many times where that guy has gotten an attractive girl.
What if she also sees him dating another girl during that time period?
Oh, she's like, what? This guy's got game? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, straight up.
Confirmation bias.
My friend Kindly.
Selection.
My friend Kindly. She's one of my best friends. She comes up to me the other day.
Her name's Kindly.
Kindly.
Okay.
Kindly Myers. Kindly comes up to me the other day. He goes, our friend so and so. We'll call her Lisa. She goes, Lisa came up to me the other day and she goes, does Michael Sartain have a huge? I keep seeing him with the hottest girls, and I don't understand. I don't understand why he's always with these hot girls. Because what's happened, in her mind, I'm not physically attractive. This girl's a huge model. In her mind, I'm not physically attractive. But what's happened is, because we've been I'm friends with Lisa also, because she's seen this for so long, it's starting to break her reality, because in her mind, she's only attracted to attractive men. And what's happened is someone who's not that physically attractive in her mind is getting real hot girls, and it's kind of breaking her reality, and it's causing her to become curious. That's where attraction is built.
Yep.
That's an attraction trigger. That's pre-selection. That's what we're trying to teach you. And that is how, if you're the non-classically good-looking guy or the not rich guy, how do you get the girl who's a 10? And we just explained to you why. It's social circle, it's friend zoning girls, it's not hitting on them, it's not leading with money. It's showing social proof and social status. And if I'll be honest with you, since I started this channel, I've gotten a pretty good amount of social status and pre-selection. So has this guy. And if we aren't hitting on girls, then what the are you doing? Bro, if it's working, if we're choosing this method, then you for sure should be choosing this method. Adam's taking me to the beach here.
Yeah, I'll never tell a girl, hey, do you want to come on my boat this weekend? That's never the first line.
But what you could
do you like boats? Yeah, I like boats.
What you could do instead is say, hey, we have a bikini fashion show on a boat next week. We do. It's not my boat, even though it is my boat. We have a bikini fashion shoot on there next week. Do you want to talk to my assistant, and then do you want to come to the bikini fashion?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be in it? Oh, you want? Okay, yeah, for sure. We can put you in the bikini fashion show.
Because
you see,
a lot of times, sometimes you got to move quickly.
Yeah.
Meaning you're not gonna have time to, what should I say to this woman? How long? You might have 2 minutes. You might just run into her at the grocery store. You don't have all day here. So you gotta have real quick instinctual conversation skills to say something witty, to open up the conversation, to basically, oh, so you're getting peanut butter and jelly. Who eats peanut butter and jelly? What are you, a child? No, it's for my little sister. Oh, okay, well, that's really nice of you. That you're taking care of your sister. Like, you're having a conversation. You're like, hey, you're hot. Can I take you on my boat? Like, sales and dating, there's so much similarities there.
Yes,
So,
social proof, trust.
I made all my money by going to business networking events and hanging out at quote unquote the bar. And everyone I met, I would never say, tell me about your business. What agency do you have? I'll say, hey, how you doing? What are you doing in town? What are you hanging out here? Where are you from? And I will use any sort of business conversation for the last 10, 20% of the conversation.
Yeah.
Same thing with dating. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? What are you doing around here? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, by the way, we're doing this thing this weekend. You should come. It's almost like the 80-20 rule. 80% should just be fluff, conversation, get to know you, rapport, and then at some point you have to,
Correct.
close or get a number, whatever it is, get a contact information. That's just life. But are you saying, basically what I'm understanding from you, Sartain, is guys are just going up to him like, hey, you're so hot. Can I have your number?
So that's one of the things, but the other ones is they're like showing like very quickly on like a level of sexual intent or physical escalation in a nightclub, or making out with chicks multiple times in nightclubs, spinning them around, picking them up, trying to like choke them, become sexually dominant, like when they first meet them. Yes.
Choke them out on the first date?
Not choke them out. And again, those things
save
are all
that for the bedroom, guys.
those things are all great when she comes to your place. I agree with all those things, but not when you first meet them. When you first meet them, they need to earn that intent. And remember, when you show intent without them earning it, they put you in that same category as the bottom 80% of men who have been simping over women for the last 15, 20 years because of social media. So that's why you have to watch out for that. Again, and for those of you, again, who are maybe, this is the one that kicks me in the gut, Brent. Whenever I have a guy come on who's thinking about joining MOA, and he's like 37, and he's like, man, I think life's over for me, man. I'm 37.
What are you talking about, bro?
Like, bro, I'm telling you, no
37.
cap. No cap. I mean, and I can prove this. I have never had more women under 25 hit me up to go out with me than after I turned 40. Guys, I don't care. I know what the surveys say. I know, I listen to these other guys. Listen, shout out to William Costello, Mac and Murphy, Alex Dates. I love those guys. And they can start talking about women don't older men. Jasmine Jafar, she talks about this too. Love those. Jasmine's my friend. I love it. But what they're talking about is the average 44-year-old man, because he's fat and he's in debt.
Yeah.
That guy, you're right, they don't want him. But the guy who's in shape, who keeps himself in shape, I have more, like the mental games and the experience I have now, if I had to compete against the 22-year-old version of me,
oh, stop it.
I would kill him. He would have no chance against me.
No chance.
No
22
chance.
versus 42, not even close.
Yeah, it's like, because we've seen it all. We know how to throw the ball against cover 3, cover 2, man, zone, blitz, engage 8.
Omaha.
We know Omaha.
Omaha.
We know all the audibles now. And so they can't compete like these other men can't compete. And the other thing is, this is a big one.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, your girlfriend's 23. Like, what do you talk about? Plenty. We talk about rescuing animals. We talk about our relationship. We talk about that we're going to do in the house to make the house more comfortable. We talk about girls we want to bring home. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We have tons of stuff. And we talk about SEC football. There's tons of stuff that you can talk. I've never had this issue where it's like if a girl was bringing peace into my life and she was chill and wanted to make me happy, I have never had the problem of nothing to talk about. That's never been an issue.
I get that a lot, especially from guys my age where some of my best friends are all married with kids. Why are you hanging out with this 26-year-old, 24-year-old, 29? What do you talk about? It's like, I know 24-year-olds who are super smart, charismatic, just funny, great to be around. And I know 34-year-old women who are dunces. By the way, it's the same inverse for young men and older guys. Age and wisdom aren't necessarily inversely correlated. You could be smart, you could be funny, all those things at a young age. You might not have experience. That's basically what you're saying, is that the 45-year-old Michael Sartain will run laps around the 22-year-old Michael Sartain. But that doesn't mean that the 22-year-old Michael Sartain was an idiot.
No, he just didn't have the experience.
Exactly.
And then once you get that experience, then it's like yeah, again, it's I remember Steve Young, you remember the quarterback for the 49ers?
Of course.
He said that there was a point when he got into his 30s that everything started to slow down. Like, he started to see all the defenses when he come up. But there's this point where you can see all the defenses, but then your body can't execute anymore. Tony Romo talked about this. He's like, the game started to slow down for me, but then my back gave out. The same thing happened with Peyton Manning. It's like the game became very easy for him mentally, But what happened was his
arm
body,
strength,
his
yeah.
arm strength and his body would give out. That's why Tom Brady is just such an anomaly, because he was able to throw the ball so hard in his 40. Shout out to HGH. He was able to do that, you know?
He took care of himself. But is that a common, because I'm in Miami, so maybe I don't think that's that big of a deal. I see 50-year-old guys with 28-year-old women.
Anti red pill content creators constantly profess the idea that men are at their peak in their mid 30s and early 40s is a myth. They constantly profess that.
I guess it depends on what you mean by peak.
I mean,
right?
Dude, I'm 47. I'm waiting for my peak. My peak's at 55. Because at 55, I'm probably going to be in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
Tell me I won't. You guys can sit there and doubt me. But the reality of the situation is, you know, when I go, people all the time, I have girls be like, I can't believe you're 47. But that's not just because of the way I look. It's the fact that I maintain levels of relevancy.
Yes.
Right? I maintain a YouTube channel, social media platforms, multiple businesses. I walk into places and people recognize me. I'm still relevant, even though I'm 47 years old. You have the choice to remain relevant.
Well, let's just talk numbers and talk biology and talk data. You know, the life expectancy of the United States is around 78, 80 years old. That's average. We have the most obese, overweight, unhealthy, first world society in the world, right? So if we're average living to 80, what happens if you take care of yourself?
Yeah.
What happens if you actually go to the gym? What actually if you eat healthy? My grandma's 93, my other grandma's 99. Okay? I'm planning on living to 100.
Yeah.
That's just me. So we want to talk economics for a second. Social Security. Social Security was basically a insurance policy if you live too long. What age can you start collecting Social Security? What age is senior
Like
citizens?
62 and a half now?
62 and
or
a half.
67, I think maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Senior citizens are 65. So 67 is when it kicks in. 62 if you pre-qualify early. Meaning they thought you were going to be dead in a few years.
Yes. Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
yeah.
the social safety net
Yeah.
that FDR put together in the New Deal, hey, listen, in case these people live a little too long.
It was for different health and
Okay.
different genetics. We're talking about a population that was
Now-
entirely smoking, a population that was entirely consuming too much alcohol. Yes.
They were eating cigarettes on
Yeah.
flights.
Yeah.
So now, if the life expectancy is putting you 10, 20, 30, 40 years past what life expectancy was when Social Security was basically developed, that shows one thing: the game has changed.
Yes.
So the whole concept of, well, I'm 40, I'm old. It's like, yeah, if you're Archie Bunker and your life expectancy was 67, but now your life expectancy is 97.
Yeah.
So the game has changed so significantly if you still have that still old way of thinking. So here's another example. You have to go to college to be successful.
Yeah.
You have to go to college to get a, really? Because I know plenty of people that didn't go to college, that became entrepreneurs, that went to trade school, went to technical school, that basically started doing internships. So there's so many other methodologies to how to make money and be successful. The go to college and get a job, that's been a fallacy.
Yeah.
So I have to have a car in order to get a chick. I haven't had a car in 15 years. Things are going just fine, right? I have to have a mortgage because renting is throwing away money. Really? I'm a multimillionaire. I've never had a mortgage. If you create the rules, not just abide by the rules, you're going to create the rules that you want in your life. So Blue Ocean Strategy is a great book. Whether it's dating, whether it's sales, whether it's business, do something different than the herd, the masses, the sheeple, you'll have different results. If you do the exact same thing that everybody's doing, then why would you have anything different than everybody else?
Yeah.
How many 47-year-old guys who are ex-military, studs, relationship guru, also like a neuroscientist, whatever the hell Michael's, are still out there doing this? Not many, because he's doing things differently. It's totally different. Now, if you want to do exactly what everybody else has done, just follow the blueprint that everybody else has done. But what I've realized is most people are broke, most people are out of shape, most people don't like their life, and most people are most people. So do something different. And if you don't have the God-given talents that you're 6'8", or good looking and rich, do something different to carve your own niche in this world. I've seen it a million times. Guys who are not given the money, the height, the looks, they figured it out.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends is this tall, okay? And he's one of the funniest people in the world. He's now on SNL. His name is Marcelo Hernandez. Marcelo's like my little brother. Marcelo has such unique humor and skill set and personality that he's transcended being a 5'7" Cuban Dominican guy to being one of the biggest celebrities on the planet now on SNL, dating. I can't even tell you who he's dating because they're some of the most famous women in the world. How did he do it? He had no money. He's not tall. He's a cute guy, but he has such incredible personality and confidence that women are like, I could care less about all the other qualities.
And for those of you who are like, well, yeah, it's because he's on SNL. Find me 5 hot women who watch SNL. Find me a single woman under 27 who watches SNL. That's not why. He did it because the guy has charisma. I see the same thing.
He has charisma.
It's not because he's on a TV show.
And he didn't get the charisma when he got to SNL.
Yeah.
The charisma got him onto SNL.
Yeah, exactly. All right, awesome, man. All right, we've gone almost an hour.
What are we doing here in Miami, Mike?
We're getting ready. We're getting ready for Babes in Toyland. If it wasn't so humid here, I would move here.
I mean, it is hot as fuck. Listen, Miami is the best place to live 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Summertime, I'm a freaking white boy, bro. I'm from Detroit, you know, like I'm not used to all this sun, but you know, I gotta put some sunscreen on. But you got the Mexican roots, you're gonna be just fine. Anyway,
or the Colombians, yes.
I wanna understand your audience. I know we're wrapping up here.
Yeah.
What are their biggest challenges they're dealing with? And what are you doing to help fix that?
Yeah, so the biggest challenges that they're dealing with is internal limiting beliefs. So they're stuck in belief systems that are causing them to have failure. And here's the thing, some of these belief systems aren't that old. Like again, when we talk about intent or dating app beliefs, like things like that, how to spend their money. These are beliefs that they're stuck with that are really hurting them, or giving themselves permission to take action. I just did a video with Rollo and Fresh where we talked about why Rollo took action to write his books, why Fresh took action to start his CEO network, and why he took, to start the Fresh and Fit podcast, why they were able to do that, because they were able to take action. So if you want to know, like the biggest ones are not giving themselves permission, and then the other one is the inability to follow directions. Like when you give them directions on how to be successful, not being coachable, when they're not coachable, they're like, no, I'm just going to do this my own way. The biggest problems I see is when guys take my course and I teach you how to get 7 women for every guy to come to an event, and they use it in order to do day game pickup, and they start hitting on the girls. And the next thing you know, these girls are hitting me up like, these guys are creeps and they blah, 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 and they took and they blah, blah, blah. It's like, nobody who took my course did that. Some guys who watched my free stuff, they went off and tried to do that. That's another problem. They don't follow directions. They want to do pickup. They think my course is pickup plus. It's not pickup. Pickup means I'm trying to go get the girl. I'm trying to pick her up. I'm the thing to be chased, not her. That's the difference. You have to have that mentality. Even if you're someone right now who has no characteristics or qualities that attract women, you have to have that mentality first. And I will teach you the attraction triggers, these 9 masterful attraction triggers that will absolutely get to the point where, and by the way, these attraction triggers, none of them are money, none of them are looks, none of them are eye color, none of them are that, okay? It's relevancy, competency, access to scarce networks, etc. Those 9 attraction triggers that I'll teach you, they're the way that you get that girl. So that, remember the study we talked about, the Lisa Hill study, or the Lucy Hill study, the one where when men and women had known each other for 9 months, there was no correlation between physical attractiveness. Wow. If you want to be the guy who's physically a 4 dating a 10, that's the secret. That's the key. I don't know how to talk to 6s, guys. I don't know. If you're a guy who's coming on here and you're like, Michael, help me talk to 6, I don't know how to talk. I don't even know what to say to them. I don't know how to talk to 6s. But if you're a guy, if you're a guy who really, really wants to make a difference and level up, and you just know internally you've been busting your at work, you've been creating something amazing. So again, if you're a guy and you decide to go your own way and to make the right decisions, you can have anyone you want. If you are the guy who's a 5 and you say, hey, I don't care what these women tell me I need to stay in my own lane, I don't care what these people tell me that it's not age appropriate, I still want to date the girl who's a 10, that's still the only thing that interests me. I just gave you the keys on how to do that.
Can I add one thing here? Because one of the things I've learned since kind of doing this content is that how delusional some women are, right? I never paint with broad strokes. All women are this, all men are this, all this. Oh no. But a lot of women, because of social media apps and dating apps and feminism, they're a little delusional of who they are. So I feel like some men, you gotta kind of have to give them permission to also be a little bit delusional.
Yeah.
Not in terms of how wealthy you are. There's zero delusion with that. You can't pretend to be a millionaire when you're broke. But if you're the type of person that says, why do I deserve a hot girl? Why do I deserve something like this? You're almost psyching yourself out. You have to develop that charisma, that confidence, that character to say, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I figure it out? And I think a lot of times you talked about not being willing to listen. You know, PBD says you're not willing to be coachable. I feel like, you know, even Michael Jordan had to have a coach.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it was Phil Jackson, whether it was Doug Collins, whoever it was, everyone needs to be coached. I still get coached. Right? I learn from things from Michael Sartain all the time. He's not my coach, but he's a leader. He's your coach. Right? I learn things from PBD, my coach, my leader, because we don't know it all. And are you willing to invest time, money, and resources to learn quicker? That's what you're gonna learn things in due time, whatever it may be. Some woman's gonna take all your money, all of a sudden you're gonna get your heart broken. You're gonna learn all these things. Do you wanna learn that in 20 years, or do you wanna learn that in 2 years? You know, the whole point of saving and investing is so you can do things quicker than other people can do, right? I mean, I assume that's sort of the foundation of what your course is.
For
It's
sure.
like, guys, you'll figure it out in a decade, but you want to figure it out in 10 months.
Here's the foundation, the ultimate foundation of the course. You need to solve other people's problems and you become fantastically wealthy. I know people don't understand because they think the course is just a dating course. I got news for you. You waited to the end of the video, so I'm going to give you a little secret. My course is maybe 20-25% women and 75% how to level up in your financial life, how to level up with your brand, with your business, with your networking. Because if I had led with that, none of you would even paid attention. The reason why so many people have joined my course, and we've just crossed 4,000 members in the course, is because they saw me with all the hot girls and they wanted to know how I did it, and they thought what I was doing was just like another version of pickup. And no, it's not. What it is it's building a total man who understands communication, networking, leadership, and dating. That guy understands how to keep himself in incredible shape, how to speak well. He understands how to create amazing networks. That is the guy who gets all the hot girls. But I have to sell you what you want so that I can teach you what you need. But again, you stayed to the end of the video, so I'm letting you in a little secret. My sales guys get really angry when I tell them this. They're like, no, tell them it's all about the girls. Because that's the avenue that we get most guys to come in here. But a lot of people, they don't know what they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of times they didn't even know that this was a huge hole in their life, that they actually have a problem with passive aggressive communication. Ooh. They're not leaders. They didn't have any idea like how they would like apologize for speaking and how their voice came off as so weak in beta. They didn't even understand these things. And they were just looking for a dating course when really what they needed was the most comprehensive male self-improvement course in the history of mankind, Men of Action. All right, man, where can they find you?
That's some gangster stuff. All things valuetainment. PBD podcast, anything valuetainment, you'll find me, and then occasionally appearing with Michael Sartain here and there, and maybe even at Babes of Toyland tonight. But guys, I think bottom line is I've known Michael for what, 4 years now?
Yep.
This is my opinion, you didn't pay me to say this. I weed out left and right. And I've seen Michael do this. I've seen him do it over and over and over and over again. And my meter is very, very high, especially as valuetainment gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more people come out of the woodworks to do stuff and stuff and stuff. Michael's been saying the exact same thing, doing the exact same thing year over year over year, and I've seen his audience grow, I've seen his clientele grow, and you said it. Change people's lives, and that's how you get what you want in your life, and that's what I see you doing with your guys.
Beautiful, man. So you guys can check him out on Valuetainment. Remember, like I said before, guys, if you're interested, if you want to go down and click the link below, you can get a free social audit from us. Or if you just want to join our forum, we have a $5 a month forum. Just go to Men of Action on School and look up the Men of Action forum on School, SKOOL. That's the Alex Hermosi, Sam Ovens app, School. Just jump on there with us, and we have free stuff constantly. I do one free call a month. We have a bunch of other stuff, but just remember this, guys. 3 things before I go. Number 1, have gratitude for the fact that you can even watch this video. You're probably somewhere, you can eat none of you are starving. Most of you, you're in places with air conditioning, you have high-speed internet, so be grateful. Number 2, present moment awareness. Just recognize that the only thing that matters is this moment. If you accept this moment the way that it is, that is the true path to happiness. And remember, number 3, you're gonna die.